They told me he was 38 years old. The day I found out that my husband was 51 years.
What?
Yes, you heard me right.
Your husband said he was 38 years old and you found out he was 51 years.
It was on our wedding day. When we went to submit our passports, they'll bring your passport and you'll bring my passport. And then I looked at my husband's year in the passport. It was 1951, right? And I was doing the mathematics. 1951 does not look like 38 to me. You know, imagine finding out that kind of thing on your wedding day.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Every social media person must understand that we have a lot of scammers going all over the platforms looking for ladies that they are going to swindle. But they have a tactic that remains the same. They will be fast to become your friend. They will be fast to offer you financial assistance, and they will be fast to propose to you. One thing they are looking at is that money you make from social media, they want to swindle it. They use the same tactics on Jasmine. She saw all the red flags, but because she needed something, she wanted to relocate to America. She wanted to have children that are Americans. She ignored all these red flags. She went into the marriage. She lost all the money she made, but she made one thing to be possible. She made sure she left this marriage, and now she's given her story. It's a very interesting story, all the same a very pathetic story. I want you to listen to her and learn one or two lessons, because this social media, they are all over looking for someone that will work and they will stay on the ground and eat your sweat. And don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section.
We're going to talk about the marriage. What's the thing you want to clarify? What we hear is, so you get married to a black American, it lasts 9 months, then we hear that you came on social media and posted, I like the way you're getting ready. You went on social media and posted that essentially your husband lied to you, and he had children from his other marriage. But you also said in that same message that this was a beautiful marriage, you know, and everything went. So it was a bit of a confusing message, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
2021 December, 2021, November 2021, I went for holiday in Gambia. Because the first time I left Nigeria, I actually went to Gambia. Then I have a business in Gambia, a laundry business. I think my laundry business is one of the biggest laundry business in Gambia. So from there, I was able to raise money that I went to Cyprus to go and study in Cyprus. So while I was in Cyprus, I was still doing the business and all of that. So 2021 in November, I traveled to Gambia to see how the business is doing. Plus, I had a friend that met somebody through me and they were getting married. So I was an essential part of their meeting, getting to know each other. And I had to go there and be part of it. And that's when I actually started making money from TikTok, you know. So while I was in Gambia, I started the TikTok thing and it was going well for me. I started making money from TikTok Live. I was making as far as $1,000 to $2,000 weekly from TikTok Live when I started streaming, you know. So my ex-husband now would come on my live so when I was doing live, and there's something they call gifters on TikTok Live. He would usually gift me and he gifts other people too. So from there, I don't know, he went through my profile, kind of liked me, sent me a message and all of that. So we got talking now. From November 2021 to December and all of that, we got talking. So at some point, I built some trust in him because he's someone that he calls me all the time. I've done an interview with BBC Igbo. When they asked me why did you marry this man, you know, for me it was just the fact that this guy was dedicating his time to me. You know, Nigerian men, you can see someone that I love you, I will not even have time. They will not respond to messages and all of that. But this was the first time I was in an actual relationship that this person talks to me. If there are 24 hours in a day, he will talk to me for 21 hours.
Wow.
Even while we were, do you know why I say 21 hours? Because even while we were sleeping, the call will be on. So we'll be seeing each other while he's in the toilet and everything. We'll just be talking to each other like that. So we grew fond of each other in a very short time, you know. So he's American, like he's black American, not like Nigerian that went to America or anything. He's black American, never, according to him, never been to Africa before and all of that. So at some point now, this TikTok live thing, that's how it works. If you make money, you need to withdraw it through paper. And that paper is US paper, and I don't have that paper. So when I met him, he was like, I can actually help you get your money, you know. You don't have to pay me percentage. I'll just send it to my paper. He showed me proof that he was doing it to other people. And then I believed. So I started sending him money for paper. I started with small money. He will remit the money back to me without taking any charges and all of that. So if you can actually trust in the world we are today, you can actually trust a stranger with your money, then you can trust him with your heart. You can as well trust him with your heart. So December, we started talking November, December, January, February. January, I've already accumulated a lot of money with him. I think over $13,000. I've accumulated a lot of money. So from that that time I got talking to him till the next year, 2022. Then when that money accumulated, at some point I stopped collecting my money small from him. I'm just like, help me hold it. When I need it, I'll ask for it and stuff, you know. So one time he now told me that he wanted to come and see me in Africa. Then when I met him, he was working at his in one car company as a sales rep. But there was the first red flag I had about him, aside from him being sweet and amazing and talking to me 24/7, was the fact that he was always talking to me from one place. Like in a room under a bunk bed, and he would zoom the call very close that I can't see front, I can't see back, I can't see anything. So I was kind of, why can't I see around the house? Like, what's happening? Like, I need to see your kitchen. I need to see your parlor. If you're talking to me 24 hours a day, I can go around. So it was kind of giving me concern. I'm like, okay, since you're coming, maybe I'll get to know you better. You know, some people wouldn't want to give you all of them until you guys get to meet. So now, I told this guy, okay, since you're coming, how about you just help me remove the dollar and bring it in, because then now if you're sending money through Bitcoin, if you remove from TikTok Bitcoin will take their own percentage. The percentages that you go, maybe when you withdraw $13,000, you end up getting less than that. The money will be short. So I said, okay, since you're coming to see me, how about you just come with the money, the cash. Come with the money. When you come, you give me the money cash. He said, okay. We started planning our trip. Out of that money, I told him, okay, this one, I want you to buy me the latest iPhone. I think it was 2022. I don't think 14 was out. It was 13. Buy me iPhone 13 with my money. Use some of the money to buy me iSeries. Use some of the money to buy me my cream. They have the original one there. Now, he was supposed to come on the 10th of February, which he did. He arrived on the 10th of February. I went to the airport to pick him. Gambia. It wasn't Nigeria. We didn't meet in Nigeria. So when he came to Gambia to meet me, I went to the airport. I went with a Maserati. I had a friend then, Tornado. He has a Maserati. And then I'm somebody that if I want to show love, I can go a little bit extra. I went to hire their local drummers in Gambia. They paraded the airport. I came with siren and everything. In fact, I went to bring their local police to come as an escort. But his flight got delayed for some hours, so he couldn't meet up with them. But the local drummers, everything, I think the videos are still, it might still be on some people's TikTok, because I removed everything on my platform. Yeah. So I did all those extra, you know, for someone that is coming to Africa to see you for the first time. I feel like if he's taking that trip somewhere you haven't been to, for me, come on now, you deserve something, you know, exciting. I did all of that, went to the airport with crowd, and then he arrived a little bit late and stuff. So when he arrived, he now asked me to give him, at the airport, if you're coming from US, you're supposed to pay, I think, $20 or $60, I can't remember, but within that range, to give him to pay for what they're supposed to pay at the airport. I'm not like, take it from my money, the one that you came with. He's not like, oh, the cash? I said, yes, take it from the cash. He said, you explain to me later. I said, okay. I said, I would need some money from the cash, because all these people that I brought, I'm supposed to settle them with that money, the dollar. He now said, can I find a way to just sort all those things that later he's going to explain something to me? I said, okay. And mind you, while he was taking money from me from TikTok, you know, initially I said he wasn't taking for percentage. But when I accumulated that money, I asked him to take $4,000. As percentage? Yes, for his own. I just wanted, let it not be like you're doing me too much favor, you know. So when we went to the house, we talked and everything. Oh yeah, now offload. What he came, he brought a lot of candies. He bought me speaker. He bought me some stuff as a box. He said he didn't want me to see what is inside. So okay, where is my iPhone 13? Where are the things I personally asked you to buy from my money? The cream, the iPhone 13, the iSeries and everything. Where are those things? Oh, he sent those ones through DHL, chewed. And DHL is supposed to arrive. When DHL arrive, he will get them and give it to me. I looked at his bag. This man came with a very big.
Those things could have been in the bag.
He said it's called, and he bought me speaker as a gift. So you could as well put the space you used to put that speaker. You could have put my phone and my stuff that I gave you money for.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the next day, we needed money for certain things, you know. We're living in a hotel, so automatically we need to buy food. It's more like a rented, furnished apartment, you know. We need to buy food and stuff. He now told me that honestly, that he's going to use his card here, his US card, to check in the banks here, to see if he can withdraw the money. And I asked him, why do you have to withdraw the money with your card? I told you to come with cash when you said you were coming. So why do you have to? He said when he was traveling at the airport, they asked him if he had money in his bag. He said yes. They told him at the airport that was a lot of money and they will not be answerable to if the money lost. So okay, now any reasonable person will understand. I said okay, no problem. Let's go to the bank there in Gambia and withdraw. When we went there to withdraw, immediately he slotted in his card. He told me that they flagged him over there in US, that there is a scam notification that someone is about to scam him or something for using his card in Africa. Yeah. In fact, that they've blocked his card, he cannot access the money. I'm like, what kind of problem is this? This is the money I'm hoping to use. Yeah. And now you're coming with all this story. He now said I should not worry that he's going to call customer care and all of that. He was doing all of those things in my presence. On the 14th of February, we went to...
On Valentine's
Day. This guy, he decided, okay, on Valentine's Day, we went to a spa together. While we were in that spa, I was with his phone, yeah? While I was with his phone, they were doing manicure and stuff for him. A message came. And that message came with a lot of kisses. You know how message will pop on your phone with all this kiss emoji? And love. I'm like, who is sending him kiss emoji? Because we already talked, and between me and him, I wasn't seeing anybody at the time I was seeing him. And he promised he wasn't seeing anybody at the time he was seeing me. So in my head, who is sending him kiss emoji? I was already boiling. So I went there, I asked him, I said, what's happening that I say, open this message, I want to see this message. Because if you give me a reason to go through your phone, I'll go through it. I will not deliberately go and be looking for anything in your phone. Yeah. But if I'm with your phone and something comes up that is giving me concern, if we are in a relationship and we are transparent to each other, I should be able to ask, and I deserve, I think, an answer. So open the message he refused to open. Who is that? He said it was his mom. I said, why is your mom sending you kiss and this thing? He said she doesn't know how to use WhatsApp. I said, call her. I want to speak to her. And I told him, please, I insist, I want to speak to your mom. I want to know why. Let me know. It's not like
why is your mom sending you kisses?
It's not like his mom doesn't know how to use WhatsApp. That if he calls her now, she doesn't know where to pick the call. I say your mom does not know where to pick the call, but she knows where to go to emoji. Do you know where? And that kiss emoji is not the first emoji. You have to pass through several emoji before you see that emoji. At that time, you're talking to someone that is still studying law. Do you understand? You're talking to a law student. Yeah. So he was like, that he would talk to her. That I would talk to her later, but not now. I said, okay, that call never happened though. Yeah. So he was able to tell me that is his mom, and I was meant to believe it without seeing any proof and all of that. So that same day, that this guy proposed to me, that same day, in that same place. Right. After the spa, we went to the restaurant, he proposed to me. So when he proposed to me that day, look at me now, nobody has proposed to me before. I've been in several relationships and nobody have proposed to me. Nobody has even, I don't know, yeah. But another thing, to be very honest with you, another thing, it was the fact that I was getting married to an American. I was so excited about it. It was a different vibe for me. It was, I take pride in it. Maybe that was one of my mistakes. I took pride in it because I feel like I'm in a better position when I get married to an American. Come on, look at the goodies that come with it. My children are going to be American. They don't have to suffer all the things I'm suffering in Nigeria. You understand? Okay. So fast forward, we proposed. He came January 10, the first time I ever see this guy in real life. He proposed to me February 14. Everybody was like, God, when, even me, you know. 28th of February was my son's birthday. Now, you know, I have a son. Right. I have a son. Right. And I told him that I have a son.
Right.
Like anybody meeting me, people that have met me in real life, they know that I don't hide that.
Right.
That's my pride. That is something I don't joke with. Everything I'm living for, everything I'm doing is my motivation. So when people meet me, even if it's for just get to know me, you have to know. To know me is to know my son.
Right.
And to love me is also to love my son.
Right.
Do you understand? So I told this guy that I had a son. This guy told me he has never married in his life. He has never gotten a lady pregnant. In fact, he told me he was 38 years old. The day I found out that my husband was 51 years.
What?
Yes, you heard me right.
Your husband said he was 38 years old, and you found out he was 51 years.
It was on our wedding day when we went to submit our passports. They'll bring your passport and you'll bring my passport. And then I looked at my husband's year in the passport. It was 1951, right? And I was in the mathematics. 1951 does not look like 38 to me. You know, imagine finding out that kind of thing on your wedding day.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had any reason to go and start opening his passport and looking.
Yeah.
Like, for a start, he did not give me any reason to doubt everything he was telling
So
me.
on your wedding day, you find out your husband had told a big lie to you.
On my wedding day,
That must have been
when we were
heartbreaking.
signing stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted to react, but come on, I flew my mom all the way to my wedding.
Right.
I flew 4 to 8 of my family members to my. I flew 4, I think 4 people, and the other people came on their own. I mean, the people that I paid for. And guess what? His family, at least 2 or 3 people were supposed to come to the wedding, but guess what? They missed their flight on my wedding, which I know never happened.
Right.
It was after everything happened that I realized that I began to add 1 plus 1. You know, this guy said 2 of his family members were supposed to be in attendance. They say all of a sudden one of their uncle died, and they missed it. One of their uncle died. That's the story he gave me then. Right. But at that time, it made sense to me. Yeah. If they would miss the wedding for somebody dying in the family, it's understandable. Right. So when I saw that stuff, I didn't talk about it until the entire wedding and everything. You know, for me, even if I had known that my husband was 51 years old, I would have still married him.
Right, right.
If I knew that he was 51 years
old. So the issue was the lies?
Yes, the age wasn't anything for me because I've come to love this person. And like I told you, I was looking at the bigger picture. So I'm not saying I'm a saint here or I was looking at the bigger picture. Marrying an American, having kids in American and all of that. That seemed like a good dream for me.
I get that.
You understand? So when I found out that night we came home, our honeymoon, our after marriage eve was more of explanation. Okay, he told me he was in the U.S. Army, and in the U.S. Army he did a secret mission. In that secret mission he did,